Now we're going to have a look at a javelin, which is again one of our throwing events, and as with discus, as with shot, we really need you to know here that we're not interested in how far you can throw things. We're interested in the technique with which you're doing the specific disciplines of throwing. So, please make sure you're not near any glass, you're not near anybody else, you're not near any valuable garden furniture or crockery or anything like that, and make sure as well you look out for any siblings you might have, and also any pets that you might have in the home as well. Okay, if you find that your garden isn't suitable for doing this event, then either don't do it, or go and find a big open space, perhaps at your local recreation ground or a local field, where you can more safely do it, but again, make sure you're not near anybody else. Before we start javelin, we need to think about the two ways in which we might hold it. I would think it's extremely unlikely that any of you have got a javelin at home in your garden. I certainly haven't. So we've got to get a little bit creative with what we're going to use. So I've got a garden cane here, okay, that I'm going to use for some of my throws, and I've also got a vortex that some of you might find that you've used in the parks before on the beach, or you might even find used them at school in the past as well when we're trying to teach you a little bit of throwing technique. Now there's two ways in which we'd like you to experiment with holding your javelin. Okay, and the first one is a V grip. Okay, so the tail of the javelin literally goes through your V, okay, so that your V then face where you want it to throw. It faces your direction of throw. So that's one, so you make a V. Okay, the projectile sits on top of that V. Okay, nice soft hand, don't grip it too tight. Okay, and then your release point's going to be there, so your last point of contact will be your two fingers. And the other one is almost like a pencil grip, so we're going to put a thumb and forefinger on the tail of the javelin. Okay, our other fingers come a little bit in front of that, as if we're holding a pencil out behind us. And again, that's going to be our last point of contact, is going to be our thumb and our forefinger. So two grips you'd have a go with. Find the one that you're most comfortable with. Have lots and lots and lots of goes at this. Distance is not important. What is important is technique. And the straighter it goes, the better. And ideally, if you flick your fingers, or if you flick your thumb and forefinger as you release it, hopefully whatever you're throwing, okay, provided it's got a tail, okay, and he's pointed at the front as well, will rotate through the air, much like a shell coming out of a cannon or a gun, okay, and that makes it more aerodynamic. So that's something for us to think about as well. So, first off, we're going to have a look at throwing from a front-on position, so we get our arm in the right place. So I'm going to kneel down, like I would have done if I was doing discus, okay, and my body is facing front onto the place that I want to throw. I'm going to use a V grip for this one, so I've got my two fingers, I'm going to do a V grip. I'm going to lift my elbow up as high as I possibly can. So my elbow is almost the highest point in my body. I'm going to lean backwards slightly without hurting myself, so that my elbow now really is the highest point in my body. I'm then going to move forwards, release what I'm throwing, so that my arm is the highest point of my body and is really reaching up as high to the sky as possible. So, nice high elbow. Got my javelin just over halfway forwards of my hand. I'm going to lean back, and I'm going to release there. And you can see I've got a nice high finish from my arm. It's high, elbow, lean back, okay, and then a nice high release. And like with my discus, I'm ready to turn myself into a coiled spring now. So my left foot's going to come forward, okay, and my right knee's going to move backwards. And this time, rather than starting with a bent elbow, I'm actually going to start with a straight arm. And again, in fact, I'm going to try a pencil grip this time. Okay, and my arm's going to start nice and low, and my non-throwing arm is going to start up nice and high. And what I'm effectively going to do is swap my two arms over. Okay, and that'll show me that I've rotated and I've released the javelin as high as I possibly can. So from this position here, I want to go from low. I can lean back slightly, okay, and then as I come through, that's my release point, nice and high. So low, too high there, okay, slight whistle from the vortex, okay, and I've got a nice high finish. It's now time for me to have a go at using maybe a couple of pencil grips, maybe a couple of V grips, trying to generate with getting as low as I possibly can, okay, with bringing my arm through a little bit faster, okay, and maybe really trying to test myself and see if I can finish nice and high. What would really benefit me is if somebody watched me and told me what I was doing, or even better, they film me so I look back over it. But that is javelin. Please keep it really, really safe. We're not interested in distance, we're interested in technique, but not at the cost of breaking things, because obviously we can't take responsibility for that. But that's javelin. Enjoy it. Good luck.